Bonjour, bonsoir, dear friends. I'm on a red couch. To be on a red couch, it has to be JCB Live. We're going to have an amazing time tonight with a great friend of ours, Michael Haney. Michael runs the whole organization of the Sonoma County Vintners. He's the big cheese, the big boss, the man behind it. He has virtually the best radio show in the wine country and on wine across the United States of America. He's a member of the fabulous Martinelli family. They make great wines in Sonoma, our neighbors, in fact, at the Lodge Vineyards. And tonight, he's going to be telling us all about what's happening in Sonoma, the Vintners, the evolution of what our great region has to offer. And of course, the auction coming up. Mr. Look at that.
Music to my ears.
Did you see this absolute eruption of liquid?
I did.
What did it make you think of?
Success.
Ooh, I like this idea. Well, this is what you've been doing in Sonoma for so long.
Absolutely.
I like the corkscrew.
Well, it's yours.
Very nice. Do you use it or you open your...
Yeah, it's for emergencies.
Oh, good. Ooh la la.
Oh, now we're talking.
Oh, what does it make you think?
Oh, it's so bright. I love it. It has so many layers of flavor. We could do the whole show just on this one glass.
So if you were with your wife as a tete-a-tete and there's a fire pit in the middle, what would you tell her with this wine?
Oh, well, what I tell her every day multiple times that I love her.
Ooh, lucky lady.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I love her to death. She's fabulous. I was hoping she was going to be with her on the show, but she's watching.
Yes, absolutely.
She likes to watch, doesn't she?
Yes, absolutely, for sure.
And if you were side by side to her, what would you do to her with a glass of bubble like that?
Oh, I'm kind of old school. You know how you intertwine arms to drink?
Ooh.
Oh, you
Then
get right here, this close.
And if you're that close, what else do you do? I'm a Frenchman, We've been trained since birth.
You're a Frenchman, and I'm from the South, so we don't talk a lot about from what goes on from there. So.
You see, Michael does a lot more than I do. He doesn't talk about it. I do about what I don't do. Right, Gina? Michael, it's so cool to have you. So we're so excited, dear friends, because Michael runs the show in Sonoma. So maybe, is in charge of so many great things. And besides his radio show and the Vintners, he does so much for Sonoma. So give us a little bit about what's happening now in Sonoma after the last 2 years. It's back full steam.
Absolutely. Our wine community is such an inspiration each and every day. They've had so many challenges thrown at them over the past few years, and they keep pushing ahead. They stay creative. It's amazing what they do. And of course, the generosity that we see from them through our foundation inspires me every day. It's amazing.
And why do you like Sonoma?
I like the people. Of course, the wine is, of course, is always close to my heart. But the people of Sonoma are some of the most amazing people I've ever met. Not only are they some of the friendliest, but as I said, their strength and how they manage challenges and how they work together, help each other out, is truly amazing.
Were you originally from Sonoma yourself?
No, I was from Tennessee.
Yes, the South.
Yes.
Dear friends, I know you were wondering whether it was Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama. I love them all.
Oh, I do too.
I'm going to move to Tennessee officially. It's a big scoop.
Well, I can help you with that.
Well, hey, you know why bourbon is called bourbon?
Well, I know how you should consume bourbon, yes.
Yeah, you see how good he is? He knows how to drink it. The bourbon influenced the French king.
Absolutely.
And dear friends, some of you may not know, but we're coming out soon with a bourbon, which is going to be very exciting. Very exciting. Well, and you're going to have to be there for the opening party.
Well, I may start the Bourbon Association just so I could get some of that.
That's
amazing.
You will get that without it. Let's do it. So, I did not know, and I listened to a lot of great shows on bourbon because I've always, as a Frenchman, we're fascinated with Tennessee, where you're from. And I did not know that Louisiana was really the trading place for spirits for so many decades thereafter.
Absolutely. And then, of course, everyone knows of Jack Daniels in Lynchburg, Tennessee, which is an amazing experience if you ever go there. And they are the real creator of Tennessee whiskey, which is defined by charcoal filtration.
Yeah. Do you like charcoal filtration?
I like Jack Daniels.
He knows how to answer. You could recognize the radio man. So what's the radio show name?
It's called the Vintners Vibe, which we've been blessed to have you on before.
Well, I feel the vibe. So how many years has it been since you've done it?
Oh, I think we're on our 4th year now.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
Biggest
going strong.
success across the waves in the
It's a
country.
great success. And the success is because of the vintners we have.
Yeah.
Come on. They tell their stories. They tell their history. Of course, they talk about their world-class wines. And I try to stay out of the way. They're just amazing.
Well, you're a great interviewer. So, dear friends, which megahertz, if everybody needs to get on?
It's KSRO here, 1350.
1350. You see, I like vibration. So I talk hertz, megahertz, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
What's the hertz of the earth, dear friends? It's a trivia question. I'll give you the answer at the end of this wonderful interview with Michael if you stick around. So see, that's the reward. Now I'm giving you rewards to stay
I
with
like
us.
that. I like rewards.
So you fell in love.
Absolutely. Yeah.
With Sonoma and with...
Someone who is a native from Sonoma.
So you said their winery, Martinelli, got started in 1850?
They were growing grapes since then. The winery started after that, but my father-in-law's father and his grandfather were planting grapes for many, many years.
So cool.
Absolutely. And I met my wife actually down in Florida at a wine event that we were doing together, or not together, but we met there, and she was representing Martinelli, and we fell in love from there.
Ooh. The first kiss, was it with Martinelli or Buena Vista or one of your creations?
Oh, that's a great question. You know,
We got to remember, dear friends, the first kiss. Me was a lot of 21, a little bit of Buena Vista, and of course, some JCB. So, first kiss is important.
I think ours was Martinelli Blue Slide Ridge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was very memorable. I don't remember the wine as much as the
I'm
kiss.
waiting
though.
for your lovely wife in the chat. I'm looking. She's commenting. Hey, she's right. She's asking you which vintage.
Oh, the best vintage. It was amazing.
The best vintage.
I think it was, I can tell you, it was 07.
Oh, so it's pretty recent.
Oh, yes.
Love affair, love in the air, love at Buena Vista. So talking about love,
Yes, sir.
you came to California to run the Sonoma County Vintners. Tell us a little bit about the organization, and because it's a big deal, dear friends. Imagine all the vintners together in one room. He's the boss.
Well, it's a fantastic organization. It's been around since the mid-1940s.
Yeah.
And if you look at Sonoma County Vintners, we're actually, in a way, 3 companies in one. We're, of course, a trade association with our marketing and promotion aspects, our continuing education, our government relations that we do to advocate for our wine industry. But we also are an events production company.
I see.
We produce the largest wine trade event in Sonoma County, our barrel auction. We produce the largest consumer wine tasting, which is Taste of Sonoma, which is over 2,500 people. And then, of course, we have the largest charity wine fundraising event, which is our wine auction every year.
Yes. So in a matter of days, we'll have the opportunity to live this unique moment of the auction. But before we get there, as I'm going to serve you a wonderful glass of Buena Vista Private Reserve.
Oh.
Dylan, I hope you see that close. Because the moment you get close, you get attracted. The moment you're attracted, you bought in. The moment you bought in, you obsessed. The moment you obsessed, you can never, ever.
It becomes a part of you.
Oh, that's going to be you. In the morning, I use the Buena Vista Private Reserve as a cream on my torso. This is why it shines so much. And in the evening, I go to the Zinfandel. So Gina is never leaving my chest and shoulders.
Well, of course. You know, we do what we call breakfast Chardonnay in the mornings.
What is that?
Well, it's some of our wonderful Chardonnays that we like to serve in the morning to get the day going, of course.
So you smoked salmon or?
Smoked salmon is a great pairing, or sometimes just on its own.
Oof. It's beyond my thoughts. Gina, we have a new advice. So, Michael, tell us, all the the depth and the ramification, and tell us what you think of the wines, because you're the experts of wine.
Well, this wine, I love this wine. First of all, I love the mouthfeel of this wine. There's so many beautiful layers of flavor. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you'll get a wine which is a little more one-dimensional, which is fine. But this wine is not only wonderful on its own, but so many opportunities to pair food with this wine.
That toastiness
Yes,
as well is
absolutely.
so phenomenal.
Beautiful nose.
Well, and by the way, dear friends, we wanted Michael to join us, and we thank you for coming to Buena Vista.
I'm honored.
He's been at the opening of Buena Vista. He's been at the restoration Key Moments. He's been a huge supporter. We are in the oldest cave of California. It's pretty simple. And this one was gunite because it was falling, but the middle cave and the other, western caves are all naturally original caves from 1857.
Exactly.
So you love history. We wanted to have you here. Now, tell us about the most exciting role of the Vintners these days.
I think, boy, that's a great question because there's a lot of them. But I think one of the most satisfying, at least, roles has been to be able to serve our wine community and the county at large during some of these challenging times that we've had, whether it's during fires and so forth.
Yep.
And to be able to assist our vintners and assist our county. Just last year alone, in 2020, our foundation was able to put back over $4 million to over 90 separate nonprofit organizations. So working with those individuals and seeing the impacts that the Vintners have on these nonprofits and the generosity that they bring to the table really changes lives. And that is one of the most inspirational.
It's amazing. And I want us to touch on the auction, but you have an amazing background. How do you get to run the show, the Vintners? Give us, a lot of our friends from all around the world, Japan, hello, arigato gozaimasu, our friend from Africa, Europe, and obviously Scandinavia, and certainly the United States are with us. You were for a while in the wine business per se, as promoting wine. Mm-hmm. And then how did you get this amazing, powerful, and visionary job? Because that's a big deal.
Actually, when I was in Nashville, Tennessee, I used to run Nashville, Tennessee's wine auction, L'été du Vin.
Oh.
And which is the oldest wine auction in the United States. It's 1 year older than Napa. And
really?
Absolutely. And so I ran that for a number of years and really enjoyed that, but really wanted to produce my own wine. So started a small label.
Yeah.
And was going
what was
back.
the name of it?
Black Dog Cellars.
Oh, Black Dog, of course.
Absolutely. And so we're going back and forth for many years.
Yeah.
Doing that. And then met my wife in Florida, as I said earlier, and had been to Martinelli a number of times, but had not met her there.
Yes.
So it took us going to Florida to meet her.
And when you meet the owner, it's not the same, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And so we fell in love and moved out here full time.
Wow.
Many years ago. And just before we moved out, I got a call from our good friend Corey Beck.
Of course.
From Francis Ford Coppola. And Corey was the chairman of the board of the Vintners Foundation at the time and asked me to come on board. And I was very happy to accept.
Wow. Big deal. It's a big deal. It's a very exciting vision and mission. So in literally 4 or 5 days, we're going to host a big auction that we've been together many times.
You've been the chair of that auction.
Well, I was honored. It was with a great friend of ours.
Oh, yes.
He's
Joe.
amazing.
He's
Joe
Joe
Anderson and his beautiful wife.
Made one.
Yeah. So it's amazing what people can do when they enjoy one another, and we had such an energy. We broke records.
You broke records.
That was a big phenomenal involvement, and I loved every part of it. So tell us a little bit about the reason of this auction this year, and where is the money going, and how much are you looking to raise it?
Sure, absolutely. This year, our auction and our foundation, like years in the past, we have a kind of a core group of causes that we work with. We work with literacy and education for children here in Sonoma County, health and human services,
Yeah.
the environment, the arts, affordable housing, and of course, emergency response as well has become involved in that as well, in relief for our county. And our auction monies go to fund all those different programs.
That's right.
And usually, on average, each year, we're funding over 90 different nonprofit organizations. It is. And last year, we were able to make those gifts and those grants more flexible, which really enabled most of those nonprofit organizations to stay alive.
Yeah.
And to still be here today.
That's the key.
Absolutely.
So what has been for you the most fulfilling? And this year specifically, what is the most important to help fund?
That's a great question. I think for me, one of the most fulfilling things is when I'm able to get out of the office and go see the direct impacts that the money makes in our county. And you go to see and visit some of our nonprofit organizations, and you see the children, and you see how their healthcare benefits have improved, or their third grade literacy rates are up, things of that nature. And to be able to see how the generosity of our wine committee and people like yourself, John Charles, who really spend time and give of their gifts, how it changes lives.
Yes.
That's extraordinary. And this year, of course, as we all know, across the United States, the need is greater than ever.
Yes.
And that includes Sonoma County. So we have many, many different education and literacy programs, human health and human service programs, so many different challenges, housing, of course, and we're going to raise as much money as we can to address that.
And over 37 million
That's
so
correct.
far.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's a staggering number.
That's amazing.
But again, it is such a compliment to our wine community.
Yeah. No, you're very kind to say that. As a vintner, I feel we feel acknowledged, and we feel how important it is and how essential it is. What is to you the biggest, most important thing we all need to think for the next few years in Sonoma?
I think that some of our challenges that we have here are not a one-day fix.
Yes.
So, and we have so many people that step up and give to our organization, but they also do it for multiple years.
Yes.
Whether it's yourself and others, other past chairs, they just don't come in and give 1 year and disappear. They're here for the long term.
Yes.
And that long-term commitment helps us start programs that are 2 and 3 and 5 years long that really foster benefit through the long term.
Mm-hmm. And how could our friends from around the world as well help? Absolutely. Because besides buying the wines, there's many ways they can, right?
There is. And, buying Sonoma County wines is one of the greatest ways that you can help our vintner community here. In regards to our foundation, you can go to SonomaCountyWineAuction.com.
Yeah.
There's lots of great information there. You can donate there. And I can assure you that those donations make a real impact right here in Sonoma County.
And we want you, dear friends, to bid if you want, because they can, right?
They can. They can go on that same website and register, and we can proxy bid for them.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We'd love to have them involved. There's not only the live auction, which of course is very exciting each year, but there's an online auction as well.
That's right.
So, in matter of fact, it's posted up there now. They can see those wonderful lots, and they can participate.
And what is so cool as well is... Michael has successfully organized it live this year. So tell us about that, because that's going to be one of the first wine auction ever.
It is.
In 2021 that we're seeing physically live.
It is. And we've had so many wonderful calls from other associations saying that it does their spirit so good to see a live event. And of course, we're taking all the necessary precautions that the state and the county are asking us to do.
Yeah.
We are having people be vaccinated or show proof of negative test. We're actually even having rapid tests there if you forget your card. So you can still come in.
Well, that's important as well to challenge a few people just to make sure, it's safe.
Sure. And of course, all of the events are outside.
Yeah.
So, and it's, at the beautiful La Crema Estates for the auction, which is an extraordinary venue. For sure. Beautiful, beautiful area. And to be outside there amongst the trees and so forth and the breezes, it's going to be a fantastic day.
And who is the auctioneer this year?
John Curley is our auctioneer. Great. And John has probably more energy than most people I know. And he does a fantastic job of preparing. He cares about the mission. And he does a fantastic job.
Wow. And you've done, I'm going to let you finish your little sip because I know you can manage.
I think so.
But as we're talking about Sonoma County, you know, there's one wine, dear friend, which is really the essence. You see how Michael does it? You know, he's good at Chardonnay breakfast, remember?
Absolutely.
So now we're going, of course, Michael, what is Buena Vista known for besides Cabernet? Is Zinfandel. Wow, that's where it started.
And that's close to my wife and I's heart, Zinfandel. It's one of our primary grapes, and we drink a lot of Zinfandel, and I've drank this wine many times.
So do you, as you drink Chardonnay for breakfast, do you drink it in bed in your silk sheets? Or you like velvet sheets better, right?
Well, yes, but sometimes no sheets.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So how do you do that? In the
Well,
bathtub,
again, I'm from the South. I can't explain everything.
He's so good. I guess now I'm going to take my Southern accent. That's going to be my excuses. Hey, what a sound, huh? Dear friends, did you hear? You confessed for all your sins to come.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're always talking about the sins we've done. We're still alive, so life is good.
Well, I think about the ones still to come.
That's it.
There you go. It's beautiful.
Well, tell us, because you actually know more about Zinfandel than I do.
And I love Zinfandel. I really do. It's a great food wine again. So many things can be paired with it. You get that spiciness that these ends can give you, such a great depth of flavor, a great mouthfeel. If people out there have not really started to enjoy Zin, I get the question all the time, tell me something new, tell me something different in wine. Well, if you haven't enjoyed Zinfandel, you got to try it. And
it's the only treasure in the world. It's American.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
No one does it. So the origin is in Italy, right?
Primitivo.
We still think it's Primitivo, right? Yeah. I mean, the spice.
Oh, just what I have, the spice box components is so wonderful.
Do you cook?
Every day.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And you barbecue well, I can tell.
I try.
You're from the South.
Exactly.
Touche. I said it this time. So what would you pair this with?
Oh gosh, I mean, you could. This is, you know, so many people, when you pull a beautiful ribeye off of the grill, they go Cabernet. This is where we go.
Yeah.
Right here. You know, pork, you can do some wonderful chicken with it. There's so many things that you can go with this. Right.
Sausage too.
Oh, that's.
We have amazing sausage makers in Sonoma. And I need to tell you that spice, and even with rosemary and thyme and all those beautiful herbs, you could go and I love it. You know, I was recently in July in France for a month, touring all our wineries. So I brought a variety of different wines that, you know, I hadn't seen our team for like almost 2 years.
Sure.
I mean, crazy. So a lot of the wines I brought was Zinfandel, and people are just, what is this?
I have done the same thing when I've traveled to Bordeaux.
Yeah.
And their eyes light up.
Very much so. So you've been as well leading a lot of phenomenal auctions yourself. How did you get to be a master of ceremony of such class? Besides being from the South?
Well, that's a big component of it. But I think when I was with Nashville running their auction and heavily involved in that, we were also assisting many other auctions around the United States, as actually even around the world. And now I'm very honored to be an MC at Emeril Lagasse's auction in New Orleans and a number of others, all great missions. Giving back to the community, and it's something that I can do just to have a small part to help out.
Well, and you have the physical presence. None of you see he's 6'4", very, very powerful shoulder. He looks at you in the eyes, you can see, and you're shaking of, yes, sir, yes, sir. No, but that powerful, charming intimidation that, you know, here it is. You make people hands go up.
Well, hopefully I make their hands come out and I hand them a glass of Buena Vista.
Thank you. Well, you've done a great fair share of that, and we thank you. So tell us a little bit about, a little more maybe about as well the radio show. What inspired you to create it?
You know, we wanted to get the message of Sonoma County out. and but more than just the wine, the people as well,
Yeah.
because the people of Sonoma County are the stars of
For
Sonoma
sure.
County, the growers and the vintners and the people that work at the winery and the field workers. And so we thought this would be a great opportunity
Yeah.
to tell their stories. So when we have a vintner come on each show, we start off with their history. What got them into wine? What is the history of the operation and so forth? So they really give that in-depth history of the whole facility and the whole business before we even start talking about the wine itself.
Yeah, that's great. Well, congratulations. I love the show. And dear friends, we'll put some link in the chat. So the chat will tell you where to go. So now, what inspires you to do what you do? Because you do it so well, and every time I see you, you always have that bright, beautiful smile. You're very driven. You do so much for the region. I mean, you do it beyond much more your call of duty, if that's correct English, is you go much further. So,
Well, I think for me, this is fun.
yeah,
I haven't gone to work a day since I've been here in Sonoma County. This is fun. I go to have fun every day.
that's great.
And working with people like yourself in our
Thank you.
organization and making true impacts.
Yeah.
That's something that really inspires me a lot. I mean, to be able to know that the organization that you're working with is making true impact within your industry as well as the community. I'm not sure it gets any better than that.
That's right.
And then we get to drink a lot of beautiful wines too. That really helps a lot too.
So what's your dream, Michel? Michel from the South.
You know, I think,
The South and the North now.
yeah, exactly. I think, I'm living my dream.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm married to an extraordinary woman. I'm a member of a great family here, and then my family back still in the South. I work in an industry that, let's face it, if you can't have fun in this industry, I'm not sure you can ever have fun.
That's true.
And at the same time, we're able to make real impact on people's lives.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure how it gets much better.
you're right.
Unless maybe if I came to work here, that could maybe be.
Well, and it wouldn't be called work.
That's exactly right. How could it be?
Yes. So, Michael, maybe what would be great is if you could send a big message to the world about Sonoma Vintners, about you, about your family, your life, about, whatever you want to say. That's your time to address the world.
I think the message that I really like to say to
Yeah.
everyone is come see us. Come out to Sonoma County. If you haven't been before, it is an extraordinary place to be, and we will surely hook you if you come out here. We have not only some of the greatest wines in the world, the most extraordinary people, and come out and be a part of this incredible community and this beautiful wine country.
We love it. Well, Michael, thank you
Thank you.
immensely. One, for coming to the old world
Oh, I love this.
of Sonoma, to embracing Sonoma. And dear friends, I want to add something that Michael is doing so well as embracing history, because I think you get credibility throughout time. It just doesn't come overnight. This region of Sonoma has been making wine for 170 years,
Exactly.
right?
Yes, sir.
With incredible success, passion, devotion, and intelligence. And that's so important. So Sonoma, and we know we love Napa, we love Paso, we love
Absolutely.
all, but Sonoma is one of the most diverse
It is.
on the planet.
It's one of our strengths.
That's right. So come and visit.
Please
And Michael, good luck this week.
Thank you, sir.
We're a few days away, and bid high
And often.
irresponsibly
Cheers.
with irrationality.